Remi, welcome to MeCon, man. Thanks so much
Hey
for being here
guys.
today.
Hey guys, good to see you. How are you guys doing?
Yes, great. We've been looking forward to this session. As you and I have been preparing for this, I've just been so excited because you're going to bring so much great information to these artists to want to hit the road, want to be touring more and just get more opportunities to get out there. So I'd love to know, give us a little background about how we got here today and, where Tunetrax came from.
Yes. So basically, I am a music entrepreneur. I should say music tech entrepreneur. Being originally from Paris, where I'm located right now. And I manage venue, and we're actually in Paris, and I relocated to Los Angeles back in '97, really to follow my passion for both music and technology. So this is, the last 15 years, I booked about 4,325 artists, and hosted about 1,300 shows. From local to regional to national, international acts. So my passion in assisting up and coming artists is really, helping them to be successful in their career is really what's been driving me in my own personal career. And why did I start Tunetrax? Basically, well, I will have to explain what Tunetrax is all about, making the assumption that not everybody knows, but I spent many years, like as I mentioned, running concert venue and producing music festivals and booking thousands of performers, in my career. And what I witnessed is the struggle that artists have first in the struggle of, underrepresented artists or becoming artists to grow their career and to represent themselves. So to feel the immediate need, some musician friends and I and myself, and I don't consider myself, although I play music, but I don't consider musicians. We created a set of, do-it-yourself tools. That's an online tool for them, which ended up the platform ended up calling Tunetrax. So today, an artist, as an artist need a website. They need a media kit. They need all the social media plugins, accounts. They need a MailChimp to send, their newsletters to their fans and stuff. And on top of that, they need, distribution, like, services like CD Baby, DistroKids, whatever they use. And that's what's not enough. They also need to run their promotions, everything from, the release of the single, the EP, announcing the tour, that sort of thing. So are you getting Daisy?
No, not yet.
Wait, you froze. Okay.
You froze for a minute, but I think the computer got
dizzy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got overloaded with all the information, but we're okay.
Yeah, okay. So that's kind of where did we leave it? Where did I get, where did
we heard everything up to,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So basically that's where we, Tunetrax come in. So from creating, a press kit to promoting, shows to managing social media channel, all that sort of things, connecting with fans, of course, to give you an opportunity to just do about everything an artist needs to do online, with Tunetrax, just in one place. And that's very important. That's something that we'll discuss a little bit further later on the presentations. So basically Tunetrax become an all-in-one tool platform, if you will. So that helps artists to self-publish, to distribute, to book, and promote their music.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So you've helped so many artists, you've been on the road, obviously produced so many events, you've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. What we're going to talk about today, I know we could talk about a million things, and luckily we are going to be hosting some future workshops and master classes with Remi, so you're going to want to get signed up. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But right now we're talking about the EPK, the electronic press kit. What do you see? Okay, so we're going to go into all the things.
Which company? Can you name one of the companies that you were working for before? A big name?
The company I worked for before, Oh
In the
God,
touring space, you told me.
you really want to make me feel really old. Well, one that's really appropriate today to talk about is Love Nation. I
There you
used
go.
to,
That's it. I just wanted to make sure that because Live Nation Urban is one of our partners. They're powering this conference, so I just wanted to give them a shout out. That's just a little plug.
And
yeah,
Remi,
that's,
you
that's
run one of the coolest venues in LA. So
That's
yeah,
right.
that's right. That's right. That's right. The Wiltern Theater, my favorite venue. Yep, absolutely. And many others. You know, I used to work for a company called Digital Island out of San Francisco, and we ran digital media content for Disney, Universal Studio, and many others. Capitol Records, just to name a few. So
Big veteran in the game. Love it.
right, but
Yes.
I'm like you guys. I'm most likely, you know, with an independent mindset. So you know, as a music tech entrepreneur, I kind of wanted to serve the underrepresented, if you will, underrepresented artists. So today we talk about the APK. We you know, like Rachel mentioned, we do a lot more of the stuff, and hopefully we'll have enough time to talk about, you know, touch base about, you know, all the things that how we can help artists, you know, to be successful in their musical career. So
yeah. So
there's a
you're
lot more.
booking shows. So you're booking shows. You're looking at all these artists that are trying to get on stage, and you're flipping through all these EPKs. What are artists doing wrong that they're not getting noticed and they're not getting booked?
I will tell you in a minute. You want me to? Well, there's, you know, first of all, I think there's like a misunderstood what's an EPK is. Not everybody understands what it is. So the intention today is kind of, you know, remind to some of, you know, of people listening to the broadcast, you know, just a reminder what's an EPK, what's an electronic press kit, what do you need for, what should be in there, and what do you need one to start with, like to answer your questions, right? So you know, this is like for some, you know, some of you guys listening, this is like, duh, we know that, you know, like this is the basic. But believe me, you know, when we engage in conversations, you know, on the daily basis with up and coming artists, you know, it doesn't matter the size and the geographic location of them. Some of them is like, what is really an APK? I know I kind of know what it is, but I really don't know what should be in there. And actually, I don't really know how to use it. You know, like everybody talk about having an APK.
That doesn't surprise me. I honestly run into right now in the chat. I'm sure a lot of artists, when I say the word split sheet, they're gonna be like, "Huh?" And that's the one thing that you need to get paid. So you know,
right, right.
I get it.
So that's kind of like what, you know, we've been working with you guys, and super excited, super stoked about teaming up on this and on this workshop. I mean, the APK is kind of like the starting point, you know, like engaging and getting those, you know, the artists. I think we have a common understanding that they need some help, and
I want to say it in layman's terms for those of you watching. An EPK is sort of like your profile picture on Tinder. It's either going to determine whether somebody swipes right or swipes left. And trust me, these companies swipe the wrong way all the time. You want to get chosen, you need to have a great EPK. Therefore, a great
awesome. So why don't we get started? I'll show you. It's going to take not very long. I'll show you the basic. I'll show you some sample. More importantly, you know, what's a good APK, what's a bad APK, that sort of thing. Walk you through a couple of slides. I promise it's not going to be boring. And then towards the end, I kind of want to give you know, the people listening to us what we have cooking for them as far as with music, you know, entrepreneur beyond the conference. So a ton of like awesome workshop and seminars and webinars. So I'm pretty stoked about sharing, if you don't mind, to share some of that today. Yeah. Okay. Should I share my screen? Is that the way we're doing it? Okay, cool. So I'm going to share this one, and I'm going to share, I guess, this one here. Okay, so all right. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So So basically, we walk you through, brief, quick presentations. What's the issue of like I'll go back. It was like an introductions. Where we are quickly, briefly, and what is an APK? What do you need it for? And what should be in your APK, right? So as I mentioned, Tunetrax is a one-time shop for independent artists to self-publish and promote and distribute the music and to get booked. So really our missions is like really in sync with what music entrepreneur, mission is assisting independent artists to be successful in their musical career, so whether it's helping them manage the content, providing this Tunetrax platform with all the tools to manage the publish and distribute the content, to helping them with sharing, and I'm pretty excited to show you some of the functionality about social media, how do we handle it so we don't artists don't spend countless hours of on the computer. The whole idea of Tunetrax is like, look, let us do what we know how to do the best, which is developing tools for those artists while you're creating and focused on your music. So as you know now today, I mean, it's not just being an artist, it's also you almost have to be an entrepreneur. You're 50-50. You have to be creating music 50% of your time, and a good chunk 50% of your time you're focusing on whether it's promoting it or sending out your EPK to medias, booking shows or booking a tour, that sort of thing. So that's what Tunetrax is about. So what is an APK? As John said, it's an APK. Before we were setting out, it's a digital version of a professional carrier. We used to sell physical kits. So people would go, they will take their car and they will drive to the radio stations and they say, here's my APK, and they will hand out a hard copy of, with a CD and, a nice little good looking picture, possibly, and a little bio about the bands. And this APK will be used for a bunch of different purposes. We'll get into detail, but from booking show at venues and festivals to, contact media outlets, radio stations and music promoters. So the issue with old school APK, and believe it or not, as a $10 myself, I'm still getting a lot of PDF attachments and a ton of links in their emails. Let me tell you one thing, it's like, you almost guarantee that I will never open that email if you set, as a $10. If you send me a booking request to perform one of the music festivals that I'm producing or a show that I'm booking, if you send me an attachment, most likely myself or any $10 that I know will open it. There's privacy issue, there's a scam, there's viruses, there's and it takes time. It takes a lot of like if I don't know you at all, if I don't know who you are, if you send me an attachment, I'll probably won't open it for obvious reasons. So also when it's a hard copy and you go the old school way, it's hard to update your APK, and then, you're not sending the same APK to the media that you're sending to a venue, So like imagine so every single time you have to go to Kinko's and print your hard copy, and then goes with the CD, it could be, time consuming and also expensive. And also obviously in a hard copy, except if you actually physically, go and hand off a CD, you can stream from a PDF file, right? So that's self-explanatory why we think that's not a great idea. So, the reason we use a press kit is to get, press, obviously, a press kit without press wouldn't be called an APK, to get article, interview, blogs and magazine, all the stuff that, you think it's important for the person on the receiving end to know about you. Let me share that. Next step, to get your music played. So as I mentioned, whether it's a radio station, it could be non-commercial radio stations, internet radio, it doesn't matter. Now that you most likely going to have electronic press kits, you can use it for multiple purposes, and we're going to get that to get shows, to book gig and be successful at it, to set up to EPK to talent buyers, festival, if it's a festival, it's a venue, or a showcase, a South by Southwest, or to just music promoter that's actually booking your show, or to private gig. So that's some of the thing. It's also used for to recruit managers, to recruit booking agents, any professional, music professional. That's really a tool that can help you out to, talk to publicists, even potentially talk to a sponsor. Like they want to know in a quick snapshot what you're all about. They're not interested to read a book about your life and find out what you're all about. They want to know in 30 seconds. Maybe they'll spend a minute to find out if they want to actually find out more about you. And therefore, it's important to get your contact information in your prescript. So what should be in your APK? Obviously your bio, and also something to consider in your bio. I'm getting press kits where I have a page bio. I'm not going to read that either. So give me like a elevator pitch, one small paragraph. Give me a medium one, and give me a long one. You can have multiple options and multiple version of your bio. There's not just one single version of a bio. So the photos, obviously, professional photos. It's also a good idea. There's a lot of requests, people requesting black and white version of the video. Including, good quality photos. And that's something else. So we've been talking with music entrepreneur to offer type of services to independent artists. Having your logo as well, it's a good idea as well. Your music, that's self-explanatory. I want to be able to listen to your music, create some song playlists of your albums and stuff like this. Video, the same way. Most likely the video comes from YouTube those days, but you can upload also your own. If you don't want to use the television networks, you can use your own, native video as well. Article, as we mentioned as well, or any press, that's relevant, any interview, anything that cover your bands in the past, it's good to have in there. Achievements, did you ever receive an award? Were you, noticed in the, by, some radio chart or airplay, it's not, not worthy to, or specific festival or show that you perform at. That's, I think, noticeable. Your contact information, I have detailed contact information, email, phone number, and your name. That's it. That's pretty much all we need. And of course, all your social media links. So today, as I mentioned, the old school to do APK, what's important is to get everything in one spot, okay? So you don't want to have a chunk of information somewhere and then, have to leave and go somewhere else and click on YouTube because, you're not able to handle video, for example. Focus on positive APK experience, no distractions. I don't need background music. And the artist, you're the one that control the content and the way you want it to be displayed on your APK. That's very important because there's some solution up there where you have no control how all your information is being displayed. I think you should have control. If possible, get an APK where you can make some, dollars, some money. I don't think that's a bad idea. While people are checking me out, someone might buy my CD or download my digital album and sort of things. It's a great way EPK to learn about your fans. So that's kind of like what we call the EPK Main Hub. There's a lot of different solutions, not a lot, but there's a lot of solutions. You can build your own website. There's a lot of solutions that's not really performing the web-based ideas of an APK to be able to update from anywhere, anytime. So the next generation of APK is actually an interactive APK, something that is reliable. You can manage all your content, just 100% in control. It's mobile friendly because 80%, as we know, people are connected, through their phone, most likely 80% of the time. So it's very important that when I get access to APK, it's formatted for any phone in your handheld devices. That's super important. Show your calendar of upcoming shows and events. That gave me as time buyers an idea. What have you done in the past? How many shows have you done? Have you performed? And what upcoming shows do you have going on? And then of course, if I want to go deeper and get to know you, I'll look at you, I'll expand, your social network, so it's also a great way for you to share your APK with the rest of the world. So there's a bunch of resources that we offer, and we'll get into the fun part. We're actually looking at APK, what we think the APK should be. Tunetrax.com, it's a great way to get more information. We offer professional services. We mentioned the workshop and the webinar with Music Entrepreneur that's coming up. We've got a bunch of video tips. We have one specific, getting more in depth into what's an APK and what you use it for. So the services, some of the services related to the APK that we provide, we have a team of music marketers that can help you to build the APK. If you say, oh gosh, this is a great presentation, but I don't know where to start, so we're here to help you. We truly passionate about what we do, and we're very proud of stepping in and helping every single artist that need help. So you get that, you get the music marketing pro that can help you out, building your own APK. It's important that you get, when you choose the solutions, that you get full support when you need it the most. Not only for the sales, actually it's free to sign up on Tunetrax and create your APK, but make sure that you have some kind of ongoing support. Later on the road, when it's time for you to promote your show and to send out your APK to media outlets, you have one question: who do you ask? Where do you go? Get people. Make sure the people that you trust, with your APKs, actually it will be there for you. And then last but not least, something that's very unique, what we do is not only helping you to build the APK, but we help you to submit your business opportunity. And then I think, Jalen, we're going to be talking about that shortly. So,
Remi, I have a couple questions before you move on. Just, going back to the things that are in the EPK, social media. How much are you looking at how big my following is, location based, and also what kind of content, when you go and you look at, my posts and in my platform, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm not really paying much attention to social media because I know you can buy likes, you can buy followers. I don't know what would believe anymore, I'm going to do my own research. And so what's super useful for me is, getting a general understanding who you are before, I make the connections with you, if I get a quick snapshot of your past shows and your upcoming shows and, a couple of pictures, and, I can see you performing live in the videos and stuff. That's more the type of content I'm looking for.
You invest in people and talent. What a concept.
Right. Because, it doesn't matter, I have great talents and I made, amazing shows and showcases by softwares with people that have, 50 followers. But I was blown away by the quality of the music. Number one, it's all about music. Let's remember one thing, we're talking about music here. So if your music sucks, I'm sorry, I'm very straightforward. If your music sucks, I probably won't book you. It doesn't matter if you have the best APK ever, but if you have absolutely no talent, or and I obviously see it when I'm watching you performing live, then that's the end of the road for you here. So let me show you a couple of, an example of what an APK, because I think we talked enough about, what should be an APK. It's time to share with you what an APK should look like. So let's see, can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You see the APK by any chance? Okay, so I'm gonna make the video small here. Okay.
That guy with a beard, that's cool.
And I'm gonna be putting that somewhere here. Okay, so I took a random APK here, Scott Pemberton All Theory. So I can get into detail. You can click here and book directly this artist as a sample. If I'm a fan, I could contact him as well. And then it's all about your own configuration, whether or not you're allowing some of those features or not within your APK. You got obviously the bio, the short version, the long version. A quick stats tell you, these guys have 2 playlists, you have 1 blog, 71 images. Curious to see what's in there. 30 video, 1 file. I bet you it's a stage plot, which is super useful for time buyers, so we don't have to deal with emails. Oh, gosh, I forgot where that stage plot of that Scott Pemberton guy. Upcoming shows, invitations. That's something that is probably done using email newsletter marketing that we have embedded into your press kits, and then audio tracks. So the type of, it's a band, then the rock genre, you like Jimmy, it's influenced like Jimi Hendrix, is linked to his social and linked to his website, links to all bands in town, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, and SoundCloud. So and then on top, you get all this different audio. So you got audio, the same thing for video. The really cool things, as we were talking about how easy it is to share. Okay, let me show you something. I won't get too much in detail because we're gonna handle social media in a different course. But let's say if I want to handle and share this content, it doesn't matter where it is, audio, video, I can instantly share it to all those social media networks. We did all the pre-work for you. We pre-formatted all this content for you, so you don't have to worry about anything. So videos and gallery. So let's see why he has so many pictures. Scott Pemberton, trio. So I bet you. So yeah. So it's so posters. So you got a ton of show that give me right away. Like, these guys been busy, right? And then shows, upcoming show. You can embed it into bands in town. So we partner with band in town. So you can follow on band in town the artist. You can see the upcoming show. Apparently you didn't enter his upcoming show. There's only 1 past show. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he disconnected his account and band in town. And then all the other stuff. You can see the number of followers here, blogs. When you write blogs, it will be here. It's kind of like, a copy of the newsletter. Playlist, which is kind of interesting. It's great for radio stations. So for example, I bet you use that combo. That's something it can send. That's a bunch of songs that you think would the radio station we like. So you can send that URL. You can copy that URL on top here, and then send it directly to the radio station. Wow. What else? Bundle. You can bundle. I can bundle song. I can bundle album together. I can bundle anything I want. Different offering, if you will. And then file. Let's see what's in there. File is the stage plot. So I click on it. The same thing. If I want to download it, here, boom, I download it. I got access to my computer here. It's adding here. Boom, I got access to the stage plot.
Very important stage plot. We call it a writer here. Just make sure that you know and understand that that's a very key thing. If you're an independent artist, you want to have your writer set up so that you don't show up later on in the concert or the venue and you start complaining about what isn't there.
Right, exactly. And then if they can book, then it's going to get automatically, depending on how it decided to be notified. If it's you want to be notified by email, you want to be notified within the platform. So everything's in, it can do that. I'll show you quickly, not the most exciting, but that's the configuration, how easy it is. You tell it where you are, you put your genre, you put your bio, the short version, the long version, you put your website, your booking manager, his name, his email, all that sort of things directly into the platform. And we do the rest, the notification. How do you want to be notified? Notify when people, your fans attending an event. You want to be notified when you receive a booking request. You want to, so we all about, giving as much flexibility as possible to the artist. So that's kind of like the whole purpose of Tunetrax.
Yeah. No, great. This has been fantastic. And again, you know, some of you are going to see this and be like, well, this is, I get it. It's basic stuff. I have an EPK and this and that, but I don't think you have something like this. This is something that is truly a portal of your work. You know, like you can see right then and there everything about you as an artist. And I think it's wonderful because you can send it out. You don't have to say anything. You just send it out, and whatever it is that the people are looking for, whether they're trying to book you or they're trying to work with you as a musician or create press about you, all the information is in one place. I like how it's organized.
Mhm.
Myself as a, you know, I've been an
Right.
artist whole life, and as a producer now, I can tell my artists to utilize this platform. So thank you.
Right.
Tunetrax.com.
Artists, remember, they're not going to open a PDF. You need to have everything accessible, easy to click, you know, really make it easy for the talent buyers. You want to book more, that's the first thing that you need to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Y-
Remi, this is amazing. I mean,
I
you've
want to
really
say so one
done
other thing.
incredible.
Sorry, I want to say one other
Yeah.
thing that's really important too. You know, like there's a lot of artists like, well, I've got a website. I don't need an APK. Well, let me tell you, like, how many times do you update your website? You know, do you update your website on the daily basis? No, probably not. You know, even the do-it-yourself website. So it's very important to kind of like, you know, keep your content up to date. You know,
Yep.
you will not believe, you know, people sending me, you know, a booking request with outdated, you know, content. It's such a turn off as a talent buyers. You know, this you want to get the freshness, you want to get the up to date, you want to get the latest, what's going on with you, John, you know, what's going on with your music, what's going
Yeah.
on, you know, everything you selling, it's your pitch, it's your opportunity as an artist, you know, to sell whatever it's a fan, a musical, you know, professional, you know, a talent buyers, or you know, a media outlet. It doesn't matter where it is, you know, you put it out there. You know, if you have good high level, you know, good quality content, most likely people is going to go, we're going to be impressed, and you're going to get, you know, a positive feedback and positive return. So I want to go back to briefly to show you what secretly we've been working on with you guys, because I'm pretty excited about that as well. It's just one slide. Promise we won't start again. That is the last slide about the type of services and the type of workshop we plan and we start working on. So, you know, we have a workshop, how do you expand your network? You know, how do you succeed, you know, managing your own booking? That's something we have. I think Rachel and I would be working on it, you know, putting a booking one-on-one, you know, workshop together. And I'm super stoked about it because not only I have a lot of experience booking, but I see over and over the same mistakes. You know, how to prepare your first tour. You know, how do you reach out to media outlet? That's a big one too, as well. How do you protect your music with, you know, through copyright and trademarks? How do you publish your own album? You know, what does that mean? How do you publish your album? How do you self-publish your own album? You know, how do you manage your social media? That's another big course and workshop we'll have going on. We have one that's been very successful. Is also how do you optimize your YouTube channel? And of course, because we love these softwares, then we attended, and not only attended, but we also hosting showcases every year. How do you survive your first year at softwares? So it sounds like it's a lot, but it's all very useful. You know, it comes really handy, and it's real. It's based on experience, based on what people need the most, and it's not just, you know, bunch of music tech entrepreneurs that decided you need an APK or you need to optimize your YouTube channel, for example.
So artists, get over to tunetrax.com right now. There's a ton of opportunities. You can start, you know, applying for right away. You can start utilizing these EPK tools. Musicentrepreneur.com. We have our whole services section. So you're going to be able to sign up for these workshops and let us know what's missing. What else do you have questions about? What would you really like support with? And we're going to make sure to create something just for you. So that's the most important thing, is that, you know, this is a two-way street. Let us know what else you need support with, and we're there. So Remi Jourdan, thank you so
Thank you so
much
much.
for everything that you've done, for bringing this all together, for being here today. This is super valuable. So we need
I
to
want to
get
say
artists
one
back on the
thing.
road.
I want to thank you guys for doing this. This is amazing. I mean, this is exactly what the industry need. We need a new, fresh outlook as well.
Yeah.
And I know you've been doing it for 4 years now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
to believe, huh?
4.5
years.
4.5 years, but I think this year is going to be the biggest one by far. And I see you guys growing, and it's super excited to be involved with you and be part of it. It's an honor. It's really, I think, you know, there's so many speakers, and I think Live Nations and the Microsoft guys crew as well. I think sky is the limit, and I think you guys are a perfect example. Like if you put you focus and energy and you're passionate to something, you're gonna be successful, and you guys are proof of it. So a living proof, because like people that are successful when they die, but there's people that are actually successful when they're alive, and they're
Well, and one thing that I want to point out, sorry, I was just going to say one other thing. So I think it's so important for entrepreneurs to know, our theme has always been collaborate and rise, right? And it's really amazing to see how, we've come together, and now we've got the support of, like Live Nation Urban and Microsoft and all of this that really want to see this grow and succeed. And we're able to help you with your platform, and you with ours. There's enough to go around, which is great. But also, it's not like we just met yesterday, right? We met years ago on a different project. That project didn't end up working out. We've stayed in touch. You saw some more stuff that we were doing, and we saw you, and we reconnected recently. And, we were saying, okay, there's something here. There's a reason that we connected. Let's figure out how to make it happen. It wasn't like, we just let it go. And sometimes these things take years, right? To find the right moment, to do the right thing. And that's really what entrepreneurship is all about. You can't, the plans never go exactly as planned.
That's another thing. You always have a plan B, and never give up. Be consistent, and that's my last advice for the day. Be consistent, and you guys will prove it. Like if you fail once, just try again.
Get back up, dust it off, and go.
I was going to leave everybody with one word: perseverance.
Right. The biggest failure is not to try. I failed so many times, and if you follow your passion, if you're good at what you're doing, don't worry about it. Just get back on your foot, and then keep hustling, keep doing what you're doing, and you believe in. And one day, and Tunetrax is the perfect example for it. I started it. That was 10 bands. 50 bands, 100 bands. Today, we're close to 10,000 bands. I mean, and completely organically. We don't advertise. We don't pay advertising. We have awesome partner like Music Entrepreneur, but we don't, it's word of mouth. So we probably going to do, we're probably doing something right, because, if we suck at it, other artists won't say like, hey, you should look at Tunetrax, And by the way, behind me is all, few of the concert that, Tunetrax hosted, and among other artists. Some of them are not so upcoming anymore. That's another thing. Today, you guys are listening, you might be, up and coming emerging artists. Let me tell you, out of the 15 years I've been doing this, how many artists, and I won't drop names because I never liked it, but that's why I probably have the posters in the back, so I don't even have to drop the names. They're right behind me. But some of those names, they were like baby bands. They were underrepresented. They were struggling. They were hustling, but they never give up. They've been consistent on one thing: never give up. Don't give up. Believe in yourself. Put faith in what you do. And those bands today, 10 years later, they're super successful, and some of them beyond me, they're getting $30,000-$40,000 guarantee when they're performing one show. So don't believe it's because you're emerging today that in 5 years, 10 years, or even less than that, yourself, you'll be, the big names, that everybody's talking about. So again, thank you guys. Thank you again. I can't wait for our workshop, and thanks again for hosting this event. It's fantastic.
You got it.
Absolutely. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.